Hey, hey, it is Michelle Talbert on this fine Friday. Did you get to dance a little bit today? I always post up the Dance Friday videos, Friday dance party videos. I am looking at text messages. So I am excited. I am super excited about life, but it's also a weepy kind of day too. So it's weird how that happens. You get these weepy days and happy days all kind of clustered together at this point. I wanted to just go live to, to talk about some things that I typically talk about on webinars, um, that we charge for, but because it's just so freaking noisy, and that's all I do is talk about how noisy it is. That's not all I do, but I talk about how noisy it is because I am what they call an ambivert. Hi, hey, what's shy? I I'm coming in today, and I had planned this conversation because of content. We're getting bombarded with content. My name is Michelle Talbert. I'm the founder of Her Power Moves and Her Power Space. I am a curator and creator and tribe maker and community builder of both online and offline communities that can help your business grow. And I teach other folks how to leverage their communities as well to help them market and grow their platform and get speaking engagements and as well. Um, co-authored on online dating back in 2011 and hit Twitter super hard to find out how to market this self-published book. And within a few months of publication, Ebony slid in my DMs and asked if we'd like to be featured. And from that moment on, a definite social media maven was born. So I have spent the better part of the last 10 years focusing on helping people grow their social media platform, growing my own social media platform, helping people navigate marketing and then offline. And I've recently founded the Unchamber, which is an online opportunity and community people come together, much like Facebook, but not like Facebook, and that we are not a monolith and we do not, and are not a and don't have a monopoly on your community. So you get to own your own community. So that's what the Unchamber is about. And again, I'm an ambivert, so I actually work a lot with introverts to help them figure out how to network and share and grow and market in a way that feels true and authentic to who they are, which is typically not someone who gets their energy from being with a whole bunch of people and having a whole lot of energy around them. So I am here because it's super noisy right now. We are in a time when it is every time I turn around, somebody's live sharing information on how you can get your business in front of other people and just whatever it is. Some people are teaching other people how to be more compassionate and not just hop in your inbox, but I'm still seeing loads of folks hop in my inbox to sell me without even knowing anything about me. And I'm getting emails from people who I haven't heard from in years, but obviously signed up for their list for them to sell to me. So right now we're just in a really strong period of people feeling a sense of urgency about selling, but a sense of urgency about saving as well. And we know that people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So it's noisy. If you're someone who really doesn't a cacophony sound, or are also in a position where you're like, you know what, I can do something in my business right now. This is a great time for me to kind of hunker down and see how do I get to my next level. But the other side of it is, who do I trust? Because now there's just a plethora of people to choose from. And just because someone's noisy doesn't mean that they're the best fit or the best choice for you. So it's all of these things sort of swirling about, and so I've had different ideas about how can I help my community, and by my community I mean you, anyone who's watching this, anyone who comes in contact with me, I consider to be part of my community, and I want to help, especially small business owners who or people with ideas who want to sort of see where can these ideas take them. And so in this period, it's like, how can I position myself to be either someone who's thought of as an expert right now or thought of and stays top of mind for when people are beginning to spend money again, so that you are positioned to take to capitalize financially on that opportunity. So it hit me the other day that, today I actually, full disclosure, like I have ups and downs. I founded a co working space in January in Broward County, Florida called Her Power Space. It's a woman forward, men welcoming co working space, podcast studio, event venue. Obviously, that means getting around people and being in groups of people. And we had two incredibly strong months, and then right around the time Corona started to creep, we saw things really fell off in March, obviously. And sure, we're not considered an business. We're not making any income from people coming into the space at this point. Here and there, people are coming in to use the podcast studio. But we do have our mail service, and there are people who are still getting their mail delivered. And we are taking care of that in a safe way for them to get their mail. But needless to say, our income and revenue 95% over the past months that we since we opened in January. And so, needless to say, my days are up and down, and I'm no longer full time employed because I stepped out on faith to the rights at that time. There, there are moments when I have like wins. Like if you're a friend, you can see that I posted earlier. I'll be speaking to the Broward SCORE community next Thursday, doing a webinar for them about how to build community, especially in a time of social distancing. But it's also scary because it's like, yeah, that's a free webinar, so where's the money coming from? So I say that all to say, full disclosure, we all kind of have these days, a lot of us do anyway, where we feel where we're just feeling all types of overwhelm and all types of fear, and it flows because you might have a win. Or me, I'm here in the DC area now with my children, so I get to see my kids almost every single day. Well, I see my daughter every single day and my son every couple of days, and it's a blessing to have my family nearby, but it's scary as hell that I'm making income right now. So I'm trying to look I can see the comments, but for some reason they're not loading. So I apologize. I'll look at my phone here and there. So at any rate, I say that to say today is like a mixture of a good day and a weepy day for me, but I'll keep because I do believe that could be helpful for you to think through how you want to show up on social media, especially if you're someone who's saying, well, at this particular point in time, I don't typically post about business. So I don't even know how to leverage my community in a way that doesn't turn people off. So this is going to be short. It's not going to be long, but hopefully it'll be helpful and meaty. And I appreciate the comments. Let me just check the comments super quick, and I'll start to talk about the difference being a consumer, a creator, and a curator of content. And like I said, getting in where you fit in. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate it. Hi, Shy. Um, Thank you so much. Okay, so to start, there are these three categories of ways of creating content. And when I say content, that means anything that you post is content for consumption. And just a quick aside, when it comes to Facebook, think about it. We built Facebook for pay form, but the platform doesn't it with people we know who we connect with and information that's interesting to consume, and that we also consume interesting information and interact with it. So whether that is liking a post, dropping a comment, sharing a cat video, sharing that your kid just graduated from high school or college, sharing news articles, all of that is content. Saying, hey, we back in the day, how long you've been on Facebook, but you may remember back in the day, people used to get up and go, good morning, Facebook. Like Facebook was this living, breathing entity, right? And they'd be like, good night, Facebook. Like people really spoke to Facebook, but what we were doing was speaking to one another, right? And that was content. So we created content and have been creating content for over a decade for Facebook, Instagram, other Snapchat, TikTok, you name it, Pinterest. That is what we do. We create content. Now, what the purpose of that content is varies. But to speak to it specifically from a business perspective, it is with the goal then of either creating brand awareness or driving sales or some combination of the two and positioning yourself as an expert. And that can be your own personal brand or that can be the brand of your business. So when we think about content, we want to always think about what is the purpose of what I'm posting. Is there a reason that I'm posting this? And the reason could be I want to make people smile, I want to inspire people, I want to help people, whatever that is, it's fine as long as it's authentic. And that's what my entire goal on this planet is, to help us all create content that's ethical and authentic in the business realm and make connections from that. So when it comes to creating content, that is, you create something that you write. I just wrote the synopsis for what I'm doing right now, and I'm creating a video for you to consume. I've created that. That's my intellectual property, right? That we're sharing for free on this quote unquote free platform called Facebook, or wherever you're watching this video, if it's YouTube or if it's on Instagram. This platform where you can consume as the consumer this content that is what of content is when we share something that someone else has created, but we share it with an eye toward giving value to the community with whom we're sharing it. So if there is a cat video that you particularly love, if there is someone who has shared a really good, rousing speech, Oprah speaking at HU, this graduation was really great and shared, and really an amazing video snippet and video to share. When you share that, you've decided, hey, I consume this, I really like this, I think it's of value, and now I'm going to share it with the community that I've created and a community that I've cultivated. That is curating content, like much like a museum. You're picking pieces, pulling them together to tell a story and to share it with the community that you've created. And then consumers. Consumers matter, and I think a lot of people overlook the value of lurkers. Lurkers matter. Lurkers matter because they are consuming content. So you may never see someone post, but they may like your post, they may interact with your post, they may drop a comment on your post, but they themselves post either never or very infrequently. However, those can be the best people in your market if you're putting out content that they enjoy because they interact with it, and their interaction actually enables you to get seen and found more on these platforms, because what's happening behind the scenes are algorithms and metrics that are running to give a value score to what you're putting into that media, right? So on that medium. So the way this works out is that if I post a video, whether it's curated or created content, and then someone who is basically a lurker but will like and interact and maybe watch a whole video to the end and not even like it, but they watch the video to the end, on the back end of that, what's happening behind the scenes, you this is something that people want to see, so we're going to go ahead and that's how that works. What have their own machinations behind the scenes, but the bottom line is, do not overlook the value of consumers, the value of people who consume without necessarily interacting, because even if they don't become a quote unquote purchaser or a referral source, in a way they are indirectly referring opportunities your way. So you always want to keep in mind the benefit of people who aren't paying attention, because I've literally run into people who face to face say to me, "Oh my God, yeah, you usually post on Instagram like around 5 or 6 a.m. I noticed that, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Wait, what? You actually know my posting schedule for my business page on Instagram?" And I've never interacted. I've shared video in the past where people have come to events that I've posted and finally said hello to me. Literally, one woman, she's amazing, Cherish. She said, "I've gone to an event about 5 or 6 events you've posted because you've posted them. This is the first time I'm saying hello to you." I'm actually gonna post that video just as a flashback Friday, because I really want to drive this point home of the value of sometimes. Whew, let me just say this right now. Sometimes when you feel like you are being consistent, you are being obedient, you are putting out into the universe exactly what you know it is your gifting and your calling to do, and it feels like nothing is moving, and it's so hard to put one foot in, hard to get back, so hard, because it feels like, what the F is the point? There are people who are watching. Trust me when I tell you, people who are watching, people who are inspired. There are people who will miss you if you don't show up, and they say anything. Your absence will be felt. And I'm saying as much to myself on this week Friday that I'm having as I am to you. Keep showing up. Keep adding value. Your vibe attracts your tribe. All the trite shit that we see on memes, a lot of it comes from truth, right? A lot of it comes from the fact that if you do keep putting one foot in front of the other, you will walk that 1,000 miles, right? You might be bloody and blistery and like, oh my God, but I did it. Just keep pressing on. Yeah, I ought to be right now, but really the bottom line is that if you believe that you have a message that you need to share, whatever that looks like, whether that's for free or whether that's for pay, please share it, because we need it. The fact that it falls on your heart to means someone needs it. Someone needs to hear it. Someone, it is of value to someone. And there is nothing wrong with you obtaining value in an economic and financial way for sharing your gifts with the world, however that shows up. So I just want to come back around and emphasize this little moment that I wanted to spend with you about creating content, curating content, consuming content. Consumers see and may or may not interact. I still value you as a business owner. Curators see content that is created by others, they post and they share and they say, "Hey, look at this." And creators bring their own intellectual property to the conversation, that nothing here is like new or like inventive or innovative, right? But what it is that it's my spin on that material. So don't value any of these, and most of us do some combination of this, right? Like Rhonda Gibson Willis is on my live right now. I was just on her incredible live a minute ago, so go check that, right? So, and I interacted with her, so I was a consumer of her creation. Now she's here consuming my creation. That's how this works, and that's how we are able to sort of spread our platform. When people say, "I want to go viral, I want to spread my platform, I want a bigger platform, I want to get brand awareness, I want to get in front of the audience," these are literally boiled down to these three things are the key: content and how that works to get your message out there. And we can talk in other at other times about what it looks like and how you package it, things like that. But at its core, content is either created, consumed, or curated, and those are the three you need to keep in mind when you put together any marketing strategy, any type of content creation. So before I jump, I'm just going to double check have, please share them. And if there's any way that I can be of assistance, I am here. I am the yay, Rhonda, thank you so much. I am the Michelle Talbert, the founder of the the Unchamber, which I'll lay there. I can't even leave a comment. The way I'm wow, I, blah. Anyway, so I'm the founder of the Chamber. If you feel like me and you're tired of Mark Zuckerberg controlling all of our communities and all of our interactions, feel free to head over to theunchamber.herpowermoves.com, and I'll drop that when I get off that link. We are creating a movement with hashtag UckZuck. You can insert whatever letter you like before the UckZuck, in that we are creating a community of like-minded, ethical people who want to collaborate and connect and grow and expand their networks and learn and share resources and are generous of spirit and ethical and ethical and ethical. And we like don't take this social media thing by storm. It is time that we have more than one option. Mark Zuckerberg, whose platform I'm using to say this, owns Facebook, he owns WhatsApp, he owns Instagram, he owns pretty much how we communicate with the rest of the world. And it's time that we took some of that back, especially because, like I said, we built this. We just, as Angela Rye would say, we curate, we create, we consume. This form does not exist without the people who populate it, without the people who interact, without the people who share hearts. Thank you so much, Rhonda. So, again, I am Michelle Talbert. I'm the founder of Her Power Space, the co-working event venue and podcast studio located in Sunrise, Lauderhill, Broward County. And I'm also the founder of The Unchained, where we're chugging toward 50 members. It is a free platform where you can get on and interact and meet other business people and get some really good tools, resources to help your business grow. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you again soon. And have a blessed and amazing, incredible Friday.